Hello everyone and welcome to my coloring corner. Today is Work in Progress Wednesday and I'm working on a couple of different hashtags. The hashtag for mermaid is one of them, and a hashtag for Amazon Tammy as well for her manly May. So we're working out of the Grayscale Coloring Book by Grayscale Coloring Edition Mermaids by Selena Finish. And I've done the background for this already. I did the background with inks and crayons, gel crayons. So what are you all working on? I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. I'm going to turn this music down just a touch. Trying different music, and there we go. Okay, so while people are coming in, I'll just get started here. So this part here I did with the Ocean Depth water ink, and the yellow I did with a yellow ink, and the gray I did with some King Art gel crayons. And of course the white is Prismacolor, and I'm using Prismacolor today, I know, but I do find that they work very well on Selena's coloring books, so that's what I'm going to be using. I've got all my colors here picked out for the skin, and I'm going to be using white, of course, and eggshell, light peach, peach, sienna brown, burnt ochre, and dark brown. The dark brown and the sienna brown are for him, and the all of them are for him, and for her we're going to just do up to the ochre. All right, so I'm going to switch on over to the other camera here so that you can see what I'm doing, and we're just going to get started. So we're going to start with the ochre until people come in and say hello. Just doing those really dark areas. It's such a small picture. And of course my dog is outside barking. I have her outside, and one of the kids is out there, so told him to bring her in when he was done out there, so hopefully he remembers. Otherwise she's just gonna sit out there barking. At least with her outside she's not barking so loud it scares me. Hi Tammy! What are you doing up so early? Not that I'm, not glad you're here, but, but it's early for you. I hope you are having a good day. Well, probably not since you're awake and it's, what, 4 o'clock in the morning there or something? What is your hashtag for Manly May? I can't remember what it was. And I looked it up and wrote it down somewhere, and I still can't find it. I'm terrible, I know. Went outside and did some yard work yesterday and got sunburnt. I think it burnt my brain. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the peach. Manly mane color, yes. So I've got a man here. I'm working on it. He doesn't have abs like the one you did, though. Well, not that you can see anyway. Have you been playing with those pastels? They are so smooth. This is such a small picture, I might even get it finished during the stream. If my hand's not in your guys' way. Yeah, and he's got wings, so, you know. Oh, good. I'm glad you have plans for them. I hope you like them. I really enjoy them. And they're sparkly, so how can you not like sparkly, right? All right, now we're going to go with our light peach. Yeah, it was weird. The other day I got a notification that you were had put out a recording, and I went to watch it and there was nothing there. I was weirded out by that. YouTube does all sorts of weird things, though. Yes. There's nothing you can't do with us without a bit of sparkle and shimmer, that's for sure. And I completely forgot that part of her arm. I missed a part of her arm. Oh, I'm telling you though, this sunburn is not doing me good. My shoulders are all sunburnt and backs of my hands. Because I was mowing the lawn. So I had my hand like this on the lawnmower and this part of my hand got burnt. The good thing is now the entire back of my hand looks like my eczema is flourishing, not just little spots. All right, now we're going to take. Yeah, I thought it was a good mermaid image. I figured it covered, both the mermaid and the manly mane color as well. Mermaids and angels, you can't go wrong with that. I'm just going over it all with the eggshell. And then we'll blend it with the white. Might need to add a little bit more peach. Light peach. Maybe. We'll see. I'm not extremely proficient with the Prismacolor pencils. I don't use them very often, but I do find that they work really, really well in Selena Finish's coloring books, her grayscale coloring books. So it's the ones I usually use in those books. There we go. Yeah. Just gonna blend it all together with some white. And as you can see, my white had some issues from shipping, so I will have to order a new one. I think I need a touch more of the brown down here. Blend it in. It's such a small face that I don't want to overdo it. With shadows and everything like that. Yeah. I don't use it a whole lot, but because I don't use Prismas a whole lot, I'm really, really hard on them. I'm actually amazed that I haven't had to sharpen this 5 times already. But it also depends upon the book as well. I found that it really depends on the paper. Alright, so on him we're going to use dark brown. In the darkest areas. give him a little bit more of a tan, I think. And I have a fly in my house. It just flew at me. Hate it when I have flies in the house. They drive me crazy. But that's what happens when you live across the street from a cow farm. Alright. Did you get it, Charla? I think it was just flying in Charla's ear. And then we're going to use the sienna brown. Yeah, exactly. Bloody flies. I don't know why it censored that, but it decided that it didn't want to say that. Hopefully this doesn't look horrible. Never done this combination before, so. But I wanted him to be a little bit more tan than she is light colored. And he's gonna be a dark tan by the look of it. We'll see how much the peach tones it down. Yeah, she does. Oh, she's a writer as well, so most of her newer stuff right now is coming out from her doing her books, which is really cool. Yeah, it's really funny is even my husband knows about her because her husband has worked on a couple of Doctor Who episodes, and Selena has actually drawn artwork for it, which is kind of cool. hoping that this will tone this down a bit. Wanted him to be a little bit darker against her scales because I didn't want them to blend in too much. As well as against her body. Yeah, she's a gorgeous writer. She has some really nice books. I have a couple of them. Add a little bit of this. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. Okay. It's funny. Amazon or YouTube just sent me an email telling me I'm live on my channel. I've been live for what, 25 minutes? Has it been 25 minutes already? Holy. Well, that's not too bad. I guess I gotta finish his face, don't I? Hey, llama. I'm always coloring. That's what I do. 'Tis what I do. Be nicer, I'll color another llama. I think this is his ear. I can't tell. It's so small. Shyla is trying to get that fly. How are you doing, llama? What are you working on this wonderful Wednesday? I think I need a little bit of rouge. I think I'm just going to use a little bit of Tuscan red. Sure, if it's colorable, I can color it. I don't mind coloring new things. I'll try it. I color the 3D printed stuff, so. Yeah, they are fantastic genre. They are one of my favorites. It's lots of fantasy and I think if you sign up for her newsletter, she sends all sorts of information about her books and some free readings and stuff like that. Didn't give him girl lips. I gave him kissing lips. I'm not finished with his lips yet, but yeah, I could probably paint it too. I don't know, I might be able to color it. I use paint markers, so. That's what I use on the 3D prints is paint markers, so. Sorry guys, I'm off screen. Oh, Tammy, if you're still here. I know it's late there and you probably, found a book. You'll be asleep in no time. Um, did I spray that picture? I can't remember if I sprayed it. You might have to give it a spritz. Like I said, my brain just doesn't function lately. think his toes look a little jaundicey. We'll add a little bit more peach to that. Okay, yeah, give it a spritz just in case, because I can't remember if I did. I'm pretty sure I probably did, because it's a habit now that, you know, as soon as I'm done anything, especially if it's got pastels or anything on it, I spritz it, but I can't remember if I did. And I'm just fussing around here, so it didn't look right to me, so just adding a little bit more of this and a little bit more of that, and that's pretty much how I color. So just going back and forth with the peach, the light peach, the burnt ochre, the sienna brown, and the dark brown, as well as eggshell. And then I'm blending it all with the white. And of course I'm using Prisma pencils, just for anybody that may have just stopped in. Alright. I think I'm going to have to put my white in a pencil extender. Alright, so there's our skins. I know, don't do that. I don't know where my brush is. I'm constantly losing my brush lately. I don't know why. I'll use this one. Hi, Rinka. Yay, you are in alive. Yeah, I don't drink rum though, so... But you can have the spritz of rum for me. Alright, so now we're going to do his pants. And I'm going to keep them white, so I'm just going to do a couple little bits of cool gray for the shadowy areas, because he's an angel, and you know, they're supposed to be what he's doing hugging on a mermaid, I don't know, but yeah. Yep. We know where it went. The llama drank it. Time for the choo-choo. Okay. I think that's pretty much all we're going to do with his pants. Yes, yes, don't burn Jack's rum. Poor Captain Jack. And then we're going to just go over it with some white. This part here, I'm going to use a bit of eggshell just to have that reflection of the sunshine coming through the clouds on him. Same with down here. Okay, so there's his pants all done. Now we're going to move up into his wings. And I have my handy dandy color chart here so I can see what colors I want. I think I want some cloud blue and some powder blue. And maybe some indigo. So there's the indigo. Sky blue. I don't want that one. I think this one's the powder, or yeah, powder blue. And where's my cloud blue? I know it's here somewhere. And there it is. Okay, so we've got some light blues and one dark blue. So we've got a really light blue, and a dark blue. And we're just going to use the dark blue very, very sparingly. And of course we're going to use white on this as well. So what I'm using right now is the indigo, just for the shadow areas. Yes, that would be funny. I think I'm going to sharpen this. It's not very sharp. It's giving me fatter lines than I want. That's better. Well, hurry back. I'm not going anywhere yet. I'm quite sure I will at some point, but not yet. Okay. Just filling in the shadow areas here, and then we'll move on to the other areas. Just want to get this back wing done. Alright, and then we're going to take our powder blue. It does. It does count. You've already gone on vacation. That's what it counts for. It's just vacation. As long as you come back from it, it's just a vacation, right? My kids always ask me what I want for things like Christmas and my birthday and Mother's Day. And I always say something pretty that allows me to hug myself. They haven't figured it out yet. Hi, Sylvie. I'm going to take the cloud blue and do the edges. If it blends in too much with the clouds, I'll go back over it with a bit of white. I did do the clouds in gray, but sometimes the cloud blue just sort of blends right on into it. Welcome back. Well, that's exactly what you need to tell yourself. You're just on vacation. They keep on telling me that that wonderful place where they give you jackets to hug yourself, that they like you to play with glitter and glue a lot too. Exactly. I need one of those vacations sometimes. Oh yeah, I'm on those. I'm already on one of those vacations. Have been for years. Yeah, exactly. It's so peaceful. Lock you in this wonderful little room, give you a jacket to hug yourself with, and then they let you play with glitters and glues. Oh, poop. Used the wrong pencil on those. But that's okay. Nobody would have known if I didn't say anything. I just grabbed whatever was next in my hand and it was the wrong one. Okay, let's dust that off. And we'll blend it in with some white. Exactly, right, Tammy? Now we're going to take the powder blue. Ouch. And I'm going to sharpen it because it's dull. How you been today, Sylvia? Sylvie, sorry. You popped in. It's Wednesday. For Tammy, it's Thursday. I'm just going through and doing the darker shadowy areas here. Oh, yeah, that's always hard. I started taking Tylenol, arthritis Tylenol for my arthritis, so I could get some yard work done. Now I'm sunburnt, so maybe I should have just, avoided it altogether. But my dog wouldn't go potty outside because the grass was too tall. So it had to get done. She's such a funny animal. Not gonna go potty out there if it's going to tickle my bum. She ran around the house the other day whining for almost 2 hours. And I couldn't figure out what she wanted. I got her water, I got her food, everything. And then I went outside for something and she sat there pawing at the front door, demanding to come out. And it's like, what is your problem? So I brought her out and put her on her lead. And she ran out into the middle of the front yard and took a poop. And it's like, really? You've been whining for like 2 hours because you won't go in the backyard. I guess it's time to mow the lawn. Like I said, she's a funny creature. Okay. I put sunscreen on and it still got me. My poor shoulders are all burnt, and now I'm just taking the cloud blue and just filling in that shadow area. Filling in the wings. And I thought about doing them gold, but I think they just look better this way. Alright, I'm just going to go over it with the white. And a little bit of the eggshell where his wings are going to get touched by that sunshine. I'm not too worried about doing all of the white areas. Normally I would, because of the fact that normally I do the background after I do everything else. But the type of background I did on this one, I did it first. Just A, to see if I could do it, and B, because it was quick and simple to do. And I think if I would have waited and did it afterwards, I would have had some issues with the ink getting onto the page, making a mess. Onto the coloring and making a mess. So I wanted to make sure that I could do it first of all. No, these are the Prismacolor pencils. I used on the background, I used some King Art gel crayons, and down here and on this the sun rays, the sunbeams, I used the water drop ink. Alright, so now we're just going to do his hair. And I'm pretty sure this is her hair and this is all his hair here. So I think I'm just going to do his hair. Try and decide. Try and decide if I want to do his hair blonde or brown. What do y'all think? Oh, I gotta stand for a sec. Her hair I'm going to do in the aquatic colors, the greens and blues, to match her tail. I think. Keep on going back and forth on her tail if I should do it in purples or if I should do it in the greens and blues. Trying to decide whether or not to make him a brunette or a blonde. Let's make him a brunette. Actually, let's take a little bit of this blue. Let's make him have black hair. He doesn't have a lot of hair. Alright, now we're going to take our itty bitty black, give it a sharpen. My black doesn't like being sharpened, neither does my white. Welcome back. And I think this one I'm going to blend with the blending pencil because I don't want to add more. I don't want to add any white to it. I want it to stay dark. Okay. Now for this, I'm trying to think of what color to do that, if I should do it in the... Actually, I'm going to do it in purples. Let's see. Where do we have our purples? So I think I need 49. Okay, maybe not. Where's all my purple? Well, it should all be right there. Okay, so it is there, it's just listed under a different number. Ah, okay, because I'm looking at the wrong number part of my chart. Welcome back. And it's all good. You're allowed to adult as much as you or as little as you like to. So I'm using the Oxine Purple on his sash, just in the shadow areas. The darker shadow areas, I should say. looks all right. So far. Okay, and then we're going to use a little bit of Parma Violet. Let's look at the right number this time. Should be this one right here. Ooh, it's got a bit of wax bloom on it. How can you tell I don't use these often? I'll give it a sharpen. It had a bit of wax bloom on it. Then we're just going to finish off this dark area. Oh, cool. Yeah, I don't do a lot of mandalas. They make me go a little bug-eyed. I love looking at them. I love how some of the people I've seen color them, but I'm just not very good at them. I have a few mandala books, but I don't color in them very often. Although there is sometimes you just get in the mood for a good mandala. Hi, Minerva. Oh, okay. Yeah, I use alcohol markers. I haven't gotten really good with the watercolor markers yet. I'm getting there. Tammy has actually showed me a couple of tricks that she learned along the way, though I have not been able to master those yet either. So. But I'm working on it. I keep on trying. Okay, and then we're going to take lilac and finish it off. Yeah, they are. Some of them are really basic and simple, but some of them are really intricate. And repetitive, and the intricacy gets to me, and then having to do it all over again, and for some reason my brain tells me that I can't color things the exact same way. and I end up messing things up. That's why I can't do, I have a really hard time with one color pictures. Because my brain says, no, you don't want to color that the exact same way you colored the other thing. Contrast. Yes, paper definitely does matter, especially with watercolor. I figured that out in February. Though covering them in the, what is it called? The stuff that I use to prep the paper before doing the watercolor on it seemed to work pretty good. The only problem with that is you have to prep the paper overnight beforehand. And I'm one of those people that if I want to color, I'm just going to grab whatever I'm going to color with and go. Yeah. If I want to color something, then I have to prep it. And I'm more than likely not going to do that. Though, I did find that it worked really well and it did help maintain the paper's integrity so that it didn't completely dissolve under the watercolor. Alright, now I'm going to dust this off because everything went all crumbly on me. And we're going to do this side. And I'm going to leave that edge open for the sun. I'm going to hit it with a bit of the yellow. Hi, poet. Exactly. Who wants to prep things, to get it ready to color 2 days later? And the worst thing is I'll prep it and get it ready, and then I'll forget that I wanted to color it. Yeah, I do too. I have done that with many, many different books. Um, I do find that with the amount of pencils that I have, I pretty much have a set of pencils that will color in every type of book. So I'm not having as much problems as I did when I first started coloring on finding the right pencils for the right book. But with watercolor, that is definitely something that I'd have to scan and print out because a lot of coloring books are not suited for watercolor markers and stuff like that. And I'm going to have to find my other brush because this one is putting scratches in my page. There it is. It's scraping off some of the layer. Yeah, exactly, And I do it all the time. I'll think, oh, I want to watercolor that. And then I go, well, I really don't have any watercolor paper that I can scan that onto. And But I can prep it with this stuff, and then, I prep it all up and get it all ready and say, oh, well, I gotta wait for it to dry now, and, you know, now I don't want to color it. Got a couple of them on my shelf that I really should get to coloring, but well, it all depends upon what expensive pencils you're talking about. I found a set of the Mitsubishi 240 artist brand um, specialty 50-year anniversary box on eBay yesterday for $750. So it all depends upon how expensive you're talking about. Use a heat gun for what? For your drying your fixative? Or not fixative, the it says not to do that because it'll dry the paper too fast and it'll wrinkle it. I haven't tried it. However, now I'm going to because, now you put an idea in my head. And that's just the way ideas go. Okay, so the Faber-Castells and the Caran d'Ache. Hey, Blue! Yeah, the ones that I've found on eBay and Amazon are that are really expensive are the Felissimo, which are on Amazon for $1,400 and on eBay for $300, and the Mitsubishi Uni 50-year anniversary set, which are like $800. And then, of course, you've got the Holbeins, which you can get on Blick for 400 and some odd dollars. There's lots of really expensive ones out there. I don't actually like them a whole lot either. There's actually, 2 or 3 books that I really actually enjoy using them in. And the paper that Selena Finish uses for her coloring books, this is the coloring book we're coloring out of right now, seem to be one of the only things that I can use them on without getting really agitated with them. And it seems that it's the newer Prismacolors that are having so many problems. I know people that have some of the really older Prismacolors before they started manufacturing them in Mexico, and they're just gorgeous. I've played with them, and they're a completely different animal than these newer pencils that are made in Mexico. Yeah, yeah, I just go with budget friendly. Unless I find them on sale really cheap. and then I get afraid of using them. Like my Mitsubishi 100 count set my husband found on got on sale for like $69, and now they're $169. Yeah, no, I'm not overly fond of them either. And like I said, the only books that I've found that I'm even able to use them in so far is Selena's coloring books. All right, ladies, what should I do? Keep on tossing it back and forth. Should I do her hair blue and her tail purple, or should I use the blues and greens in her hair and the blues and greens in her tail? What do y'all think? I have not received those yet. I will be receiving them tomorrow as far as the tracking says that they are expected tomorrow. You have everything. A 200 slot pencil case. I have really big pencil cases. I have one that holds 460 pencils and I really don't like it. So I won't be buying another one. It's hard to get the pencils in and out of. It's one that I have to actually pull a set of pencils out if I'm going to use them. I don't like it. So what do you guys think? Should I go with the purples for her tail like his thing there, or blues and purples? So do her hair in the blues and her tail in the purples? Okay. That is what we shall do then. I'm going to go with a lighter purple than I did for his darks there, which I think the violet's a bit lighter. Okay, good. It is unanimous. That's what I was thinking too, but after I put the purples on his sash, I thought, yeah, I should do the purple on her scales, on her tail. So I've got violet here. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not a major Prisma fan either. I like my oils better. But my oils don't do very well on Selena's paper at all. Yep, exactly. That's the great thing is you need to enjoy all your wonderful things because they are all wonderful, especially when you get to use them and make wonderful things, even more wonderful things out with them. And then we're going to go with the Violet Parma Violet. Hi, Marilyn. Thank you. Yeah, I have a tendency to buy really large pencil cases because, yeah, I have a few pencils. But the ones from Poland are supposed to be here tomorrow. Which are the pastels that are supposed to be like the Holbeins. So if they do come in tomorrow, I will be reviewing them on Friday. Yes, a few. I have a few pencils. My kids look at me when I say that and go, yeah, a few what, Mom? Million, thousand, trillion? I have a few. Yeah, they are. I'm not overly fond of those either. They are beautiful and they have some really nice colors. Um, I just not overly impressed with wax based on keeping tips. I think I mash them down a little bit more than and it may just be I need to learn how to control my hands a little better, but I prefer my oil-based pencils. Although I have gotten a lot better with it, so now that I've learned to control it a little bit better, I might go back and try a few more of my wax-based pencils that I don't give enough love to. Yeah, yeah. My Monday Mania Collection Mania videos will definitely do that to you. And just think, I've only gotten up to the J's. And my collection, just so you know, does go all the way to Z. I will definitely go over them as soon as I get them. I've still got two sets coming from AliExpress that I've been waiting for almost a month and a half. I even bought a whole new bag for them and everything. Ooh, well, that's not a good thing. Yeah, I've got the Prismas and the Black Widows. The King Art's not too bad. And they're, I do believe, a wax base. The Derwent are a wax base, and they're not too bad. Like I said, I'm slowly learning how to use them. And I think that's one of my biggest problems is I don't know how to use them very well. Yeah, shame on me. Shame on me. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I really like the Marcos is because the square Marcos give you a really good run for run up against the Holbeins um, for the money. They're pretty close, especially the pastel colors. And I'm waiting on the ones coming from Poland there. And they're supposed to be a really good um, run for your money with pastels like the Holbeins. So I will review them against the Holbeins just to make sure. But yeah, if you can get if they are the same, then I would definitely go with those. They're like $17. Yeah, those are gorgeous. I absolutely love the Marco Square pastels. I bought my Holbeins from a Chinese, or not a Chinese, a Japanese store while they were having a Black Friday type sale just before Christmas. And I bought them for almost 75% off. So after shipping and everything else, they were still less than $250, which I thought was a fantastic deal for the entire 150 set. Okay, so how does that look? I've got the sun coming in now behind me, so it's probably a little bit brighter than we want it to be. So let's see if we can tone it down a little bit. Ooh, somebody just blew a tire. There, that's a little bit better. I think I need to up the darkness in there. But, there's all sorts of, even our budget-friendly pencils that since the entire pandemic thing started have just gone insane with price. It's crazy how expensive some of these pencils have gotten. Yeah, I'm going to test them right up against each other as well as with each other. So, and if you're able to blend them together, if they're the same waxiness, that sort of thing. But from what I've heard, and I don't watch other people's reviews of them. I'm just going off of what I've seen on social media and in the reviews on the product itself. They are pretty close, but I don't watch other people's reviews. I know I've heard a lot of people say there's reviews out there of them, but I don't like watching them if I know I'm doing a review of the same product because I don't want to taint my review. Because if I watch somebody else's review, I might taint the perception of it for myself. I don't want to do that. All right. Now I'm going to add a little bit of this eggshell yellow to her buttock here. I have that sunshine glaring off of her. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good price for them. And it kept my husband from yelling at me, so. Because when I showed him the original price, he went, yeah, okay. Because they were like 75% off or something like that. It was insane. And the shipping itself was like $65, so. And to walk away from it with, pretty much less than $250 altogether was. And they were here in like less than a week. It was awesome. Yeah, I keep on checking the tracking and going, come on, just get here already. I want my pencils. Does anybody else do that? Sit there and stalk your tracking numbers? I can't be the only one. Hubby's home. Well, I hope that I will be helpful with it. I try to be very thorough with my reviews, so. Unless they're really, really, really garbagey kind of pencils, and then I do have a tendency to stop a review halfway through and say, okay, guys, these are crap. And put them back in their box. Yeah, I'm constantly stocking my shipments, my tracking numbers. I'm a tracking number stalker. Hello, love. How was your day? He's so quiet when he comes home. He might come in and say hello. Sometimes he stalks my tracking for me. Where did you get yours from? Blue? Did you get them off eBay? Or directly from the company? I couldn't find them directly from the company, so I bought them on eBay. Smack around the camera here a little bit. It's all good. Just putting in the shadow of his leg here. Well, yeah, and and the good thing about that was that, it was a defective thing of colored pencils. Um, the secondary set that they sent me was much nicer, way smoother, and other than one problem I did find, which I did mention to them, which isn't a big deal because I do have the other set, and the pencil in the other set that I'm missing is not a bad one. So, but I am missing a pencil and I have a duplicate. But because I have that other set, it's not a big deal. But if I didn't have that other set, I'd be a little pissy about it. But and I think it was just so lovely of them to actually, contact me after I sent them an email and let them know that I wasn't very fond of their pencils. To actually have somebody give me a phone call and actually talk to me in person and find out what my issues were and if they were able to fix them at all and that sort of thing, instead of saying, oh, well, here's your money back. They actually, put the effort into it and, did their due diligence, which was awesome because a lot of companies don't do that anymore. Nice. Yeah. So you're shipping them to France. They wouldn't ship here. So um, on eBay they were $17 and then shipping was $16.95 in US. So I don't know what that translates to you. Comes out to like $32 or something like that. Yeah, I'll go through them and I will let you know if they're worth the $17. And what's worse is that they're $17 and then there's $16 for shipping. Like they're $17.93 or something like that for the pencils and $16.98 for the shipping to the US. But like I said, they'll be here tomorrow. Because if I can find a inexpensive alternative to the Pablo or not the Pablo, the Holbein pastels, that's just one less thing that I have to worry about replacing in my expensive set. So I can use them a little bit more sparing. And I can tell you guys whether or not they're, you know, worthy of using instead of, because like I said, even though they are available in the US now, um, they're really expensive. Even at $3 and some odd cents a pencil, I think it's almost $4 a pencil or something like that. Yeah, it's insane, but they are coming from Poland. Um, you know, they are coming from a distributor out there, so I'm pretty sure it's from the Astra um, company, but in English and whatnot, so that people like me can order them. They wouldn't ship here to the US. They kept on saying that they were out of stock every time. Like when I went to the website, they said they were in stock, and as soon as I put in my US address, they said they were out of stock. So it's like, okay, well, maybe they just don't ship to the US. I haven't been able to find that one. Let me know if where to find that as well. Send me a message um, in the comment section or something, and I'll take a look at them. Because yeah, if they're a good match and everything else and good pencils, then they may be a really good alternative to spending that kind of money on Holbeins. I am all for saving money on those sorts of things, especially when they're so hard to get. You know, like I said, they're available in the US now, but the price for them to buy them in the US is way more than I bought them for and would buy them for. So I keep on picking on Bob and telling him I'm going to buy the Felissimos and the Mitsubishis, but they make me go, yeah, maybe not with just the price of them. But then you look at the price of things like, Prismacolors that are up over, $170 now or something like that. And I was on paying $35 for them, so that was a good day at Blick's. I love it when they have technical glitches. Yeah. So are they the regular Astros the same as? Okay, so you've got the pastels. Do you have the regular ones at all, or? Yeah, I've seen people talk about them on Facebook and whatnot, and how much better or how similar they are and how much they like them. So I wanted to compare them to my Holbeins, and of course give you guys all the scoop. For as many sets of pencils I have, I really don't, I try to buy them when they're at completely insane prices, like my Prismacolors here. Um, I think it was Blick's or was it Jerry's? One of the art supply vendors, I think it was Blick's, had a big oopsie on their website and were offering the full set of Prismas for $32. So, yeah, I bought two. One for me and one for my mom. And even at $32, I almost only bought one for my mom because she loves her Prismas. Oh, okay. Good to know that. But if they mend well with the pastels and create a good set that's comparable to the Holbeins, that'd be really cool. Oh, okay, it's a smaller set. I see. But still worth a go. They may not replace the Holbeins, but they may be very complementary to the pastels and make a good set. I have friends that are buying them one at a time and that sort of thing, and it may be more cost effective that way as well. Okay, so we've got her tail done. Yeah, I got them for $32. Well, I got 2 sets because I bought myself one and I bought my mom one. Yeah, I figure for $32, even if I really hate them, they're still usable. And then on top of it, I got them for $32, and when they got here, they were quite badly shaken. So I contacted Prisma themselves and said, okay, here's my problem. And it's, you know, not just 1 or 2 pencils, it's practically the entire box that all the tips are broken, and sharpening them, they're breaking constantly. And then they sent me a brand new box as well and told me to keep the box that I had bought from the sale. So I have backups if I can get them to sharpen properly. But I use them so rarely, I haven't even tried the backups yet, so I just put all the ones that I was having problems with in a box, and I said, okay, well, if I really need to replace one, I can replace it with this until I get a new one. Yeah, I was, and they tried really hard to tell people that they weren't going to honor it, and it's like, no, you said that that's what the cost was, that's what the cost was. They, you know, you've already taken my money. That's what they are. Ship them. You know? Yeah, they were quite upset with that. Oops, I think somebody lost their job that day. It's either that or else somebody was quitting and went, yeah, by the way, you're going to lose a lot of money right now. And it was strange because, you know, was just it just happened to be at a moment that I was perusing the site, that I got the notification that they were on sale, and I went to look at them, and the sale price, and it was like, holy cramolies. You know, those are being bought, I guess. And then when I was talking to my mom that morning, she told me about it. I said, "Oh, I know." She says, "Did you buy them?" I says, "Yeah, I did." She said, "Did you buy me a set?" I said, "Yeah, I did." Because she's in Canada, so it wasn't on sale there. There we go. So I think her tail is looking pretty good. And I think it looks pretty good up against the waves there with that blue, that aquatic blue-green. Of course, I went over her tail tips in a couple of areas with the ink, but it'll just blend it in. So I think it goes well with this color, so I think I might stick with this coloring for her hair, with some blues and of course some pearls. So I might use some liquid pearls in her hair too. So we'll use a dark aquatic greeny blue color. So let's do, I think, peacock green and light aqua and parrot green. I think those are the colors we're going to use. So I need, what's this color? Aquamarine. I don't think it's dark enough. I think it's too light. So we'll go with the peacock green for the dark areas of her hair. Yeah, no, Canada, I think that you know most art supply places out in Canada just you know see dollar signs whenever they look at an art supply because the prices out there are just crazy sometimes. Yeah, I might actually get the entire picture done in one stream. It looks kind of strange because of the sunlight behind me is reflecting off of the gray and it kind of looks like it's brown. And what was the other one that I was going to use? A peacock green, a light aqua, and parrot green was the other one. Where are you, Mr. Parrot Green? All right. All right, so there's our, so one of the things that I noticed with my Prismas, this is the set that I had problems with when I got them, or that was replaced with the ones I was having problems with. Yeah, exactly. Australia does have insane prices up there too. But one of the things that I find with Prismas is all of the joints where the two pieces of wood come together, practically on every pencil, it's separated. Yes. Well, not the background. The background I did before the stream, but it's just ink and crayon. It took me like 10 minutes to do it. But the mermaid and the angel have all been done on this stream. I'm just putting in the darker color. Covering up that grayscale. Thank you so much for visiting, Blue. You get your rest. Yes, I do like the color variety. Um, but with that being said, I also have, several sets that have the 150, if not 200 pencils in it. So once I started collecting the larger sets, such as the Fouilly, the Faber-Castell, the well, Faber-Castell has 120, but the Black Widows has 144. The Fouilly has 200, or the Obos, OBOS, however you want to think of them, and things like that. So once I started collecting those larger sets, the Holbeins have 150. It sort of became a mute point on the color selection. The one thing I find with a lot of the larger color pencil sets is they don't have a lot of the really soft colors. Like the Faber-Castells. I really, really love my polychromos. But there's not a lot of really soft colors in there. And I really, really like soft colors. They make doing highlights so much easier. Hi, Brooke. And like I said, the more I get to understand on how to use the softer wax-based crayons, pencil crayons, the more I find that I don't have so many issues using them. It's just finding the right paper to use them on is one of my biggest problems, as well as being too heavy-handed with them and not using a lighter touch with them. I have issues with that sometimes because I find that if I'm too light-handed with them, I don't get the color I want. And if I go over it too many times, I get a waxy kind of almost like a wax crayon look to it, and I don't like that either. So I think it's just the way I color with them. I think that it's nothing really against the pencils themselves. It's just my ability and lack of it on some things. And I think their quality has gone down quite a bit since they moved their manufacturing. Okay, so I've got the dark blue in there. Dark blue-green. Yeah, they are all lacking in the pastel department. So now I'm just going to go in with this medium green and extend that out. Try not to go over the pearls. Not that it's a big deal, I'm just going to use liquid pearls on them anyway, so. And I missed a dark area. And like I said, it's more my understanding on how to use them and how to make them work for me. So, and yeah, because I know a lot of people that use them all the time, and their work is absolutely fantastic. So it's definitely a problem with me. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I understand is you gotta be you gotta know the exact right pressure to use to get your colors down in the right fashion, or else you're just not going to be able to get that color down. And that's my point is, every type of pencil has a different technique that works best for it. Every pencil has their own different types of paper that they work best on, and that sort of thing. And you just gotta play around with it until you understand the pencil a bit. It's oddly enough because they all have their own bits and bobs and their own personalities, which is weird for a pencil, but yeah, they all have their own little foibles that you just have to learn. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Tammy. It's coming along. Okay. Now we're going to take the light aqua, and we're just going to go through and fill in any little holes we have. And hopefully it won't overtake all the rest of the colors. I always get so quiet and so serious when I'm doing hair because it's like different little levels of texture and trying to get those right. I'm always terrified of screwing up the hair. Especially curly hair, 'cause, you know. Hi, Valerie. Well, thank you. It's really great when I actually color in the screen. You know, I'm getting better with it. I keep on forgetting to look up sometimes. I get right into what I'm doing and don't look up, and the next thing I know, you guys can't see a darn thing I'm doing. That's why I like it when Bob sits in chat with me, because he'll holler from the other room, "Can't say it." Sometimes. Sometimes he just ignores it. Figures I know what I'm doing. Little does he know. Don't have a clue. All right. And we're going to take a touch of this cloud blue, I think. No, powder blue. Should actually go with the cloud blue. It's a little bit lighter. And just lighten up a couple of areas and blend them in. I think I want to put a little bit more of a dark blue in there too. So let's grab this one. Just go in here a little bit. Nope, that's purple. Is this one I want? Nope, that's violet. Where's my blue? There it is. Just going to go over a couple of these strands here and just add a little bit more of the blue instead of just the green. Give it that little bit of contrast. Tammy's probably going, yeah. Welcome back, Rinka. Seem to have colored some of the dimension out of her hair, so I'm just putting some of that back in. Hair is not my perfect thing. Especially curly hair. Curly hair I have troubles with sometimes. Although, you only have troubles with it if you don't try it, right? I think that looks a little bit better. Adding that blue brings that dimension back. I was hoping that the green, dark green would have done it, but I think the blue does it much better. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this. Actually, I'm going to grab this really creamy yellow here. And of course, it's called cream. And I'm just going to do some little highlights here from the sun on the outside of her hair. Make her glow just a little bit. Same with down here on her tail. Just give her a little bit of a glow. And then we're going to grab, wait, let's scooch my butt over here. Bad when you stand up and everything goes snap, crackle, and pop. I was trying to find my purple liquid pearls here. Those are all stickles. I think this one's the closest one I have to purple. Yep, taffy. So I'm going to use taffy liquid pearls on. Let's make sure that it doesn't splatter. Add some pearls to her hair. And of course, you weren't in screen for that. Hi, honey. Hi, Viking. long time. 2 seconds for you to log in. All right. So I just take a wet wipe and wipe this liquid pearl off my hand. Then I'll take a bit of a blender pencil and I'll blend in the lower areas. It's been at least 2 hours, yeah. 2 minutes ago. So I'm just blending in some of the white spot. Not too much of it because I do want that texture, but I don't want to have large open spaces in areas that are supposed to have lots of hair. That makes sense. All right. You know, Sylvie, he's going to come out and go, "What did I send her?" Then I'll have to remind him why she's thanking you. Sylvie is one of the ones that won the one of the prize draws, but was in Canada that you told me just to send it to her from Amazon.ca. So I did. And then I made her moderator. She agreed first. Silly, silly girl. All right, so we have actually colored an entire picture in one stream. Thank you so much, Brooke. Oh, you can color like that, no problem. Okay, so let's take a look on the main. Of course, you know, it's bright behind me, so of course everything is 10 times brighter than it should be. Let's see if I can fix that without having somebody come out and close the blinds. Let's see if I can knock the brightness down a little bit for you. Alright, well that's as close as I can get without having somebody come out and knock down the blinds, which is knocking the color really off. So yeah, the color's really off because the sun is coming in behind me and killing the color. Let's see if I can. Yeah, there we go. I'll just do this. Just shadow it for y'all. There. Let's see. See if I can shadow the color so you can actually see what. I'm just shadowing the camera so that you guys can see the colors. That's horrible. But yeah, so we got her all finished. I'm going to actually take some gel pen. I'm going to take the bigger one and the little one. So I've got a 1 and a 6 here. And the 1 I'm just going to go down here. And this is all Sammy's fault. Showing me this stuff. And we'll do the white caps on the water because it's stormy. The white caps in the spray. Ooh, KFC. Sounds good. Amazing how much of a difference it makes just putting that little bit of white on there. Hey Penny, thank you. I'm just going to take the smaller one here and just add a little bit of spray. And I'm using the Arteza white gel pen here. And they come in a 3-pack with 3 different sizes, a size 0.6, 0.8, and a 1, which is really cool for doing larger things and smaller things. Move it up. Move it up so I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, it does. It wakes it right up. smaller one. Well, thank you so much, Brooke. But I'm exactly like everybody else. I play with things, experiment, and watch other YouTubers. I do watch other people and how they color. I don't watch other people do their reviews, but I do watch a lot of people when they color. So unless it's something that I can't buy here, and then I watch in envy. But that is our wonderful little mermaid. I'm going to put a little bit more of this water coming off her tail here. And I am going to actually be right back. I'm going to close these curtains so that it's not so bright, so you can actually see the picture. So I'll be 1 second. There, that's better. Now it's not so bright. Now you can actually see the picture. All right, so there we are. We're all finished up with it. I got an entire picture done in one go. It took me almost 3 hours to do it, but I got the whole thing done. I am so grateful for all of you who have joined me today. I thank you all very, very, very much for hanging out with me and watching me finish up this wonderful hashtag mermay, as well as the hashtag for Tammy of um, Manly May in Color. So, of course, those will be the two hashtags that I will add to this in my social media so that I can give credit for those wonderful, wonderful hashtags. This is Selena Finish, Mermaids in the Grayscale. Absolutely wonderful, wonderful book. And I have cut it up so it's in a package. I'm really quite surprised that I was actually able to color this entire thing in one go. So, of course, I did the distressed inks on the water, and I used the gel crayons, the gel sticks on the background here, and some distressed ink for the light shafts. Otherwise, it is all done in Prismacolor colored pencils and Arteza white ink with a touch of liquid pearls on her hair for the pearls. Yeah, that would have worked as well. Absolutely. It's been a blast, guys. My husband is home and is probably looking for groceries at this moment. He, it is past dinner time, so I should get going and get him fed. Thank you all very much for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the coloring and the chatting and all that wonderful stuff. Tomorrow is Thankful Thursday, so hopefully I have some things to show you that have come. If not, I will do a couple of maybe a flip through or something on one of the books that I haven't done the flip through of yet. You too, Rinka. You have an amazing evening and enjoy your dinner and all that fun stuff. Well, thanks for joining me, Cream Puff. Of course, hello and goodbye. Um, until next time, guys, thank you so much. Thank you very much, Valerie. I appreciate that. Have a great night, everybody. Bye bye for now.